Hello everyone, welcome to Igniti0n Garage. In today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be changing the oil. Currently I'm going to be doing it on a Tcross, but this applies to any other vehicle. But it's a very simple method, and I'm dressed in my favourite hoodie here just to prove that it is a very clean job. So I think we'll crack on and I'll show you how I'm going to set it up. Okay, so for this demonstration I'm just going to be using a pump here. This pump does run off of, you can use it, normally you'd use it on the car battery, but as we have another one loafing around, I've got one on the bottom of this bench. You can't quite see it here, but I'm using that instead so I don't drain the car's battery too much. Now, what I'm going to do is first set it up with the pipes, the in and out pipe. They do have a little display on here to tell you which way the oil is going to flow, so I'm just going to put them in now. And now with this method, we're going to be going through the oil check dipstick here. So it's the smaller end of the pipe goes on the entrance of the pump because the bigger pipe won't fit down that hole. So we're on, there we are prepared. Okay, so before I start and before you start, you're going to want to prepare yourself for the oil that's going to come out. Now I'm going to use this is just an old pot that we've had of oil, it's empty, and it has a measurement on the front because you want to be able to measure the amount of oil that comes out, because as this is at a perfect level, you want to make sure that you put in the same amount that comes out. So I'm going to tape the pipe in there so I don't have to worry about holding it. Okay, so I've connected the pump to the battery, made sure it's turned off so it doesn't scare me and become loud. But the first thing we're going to do apart from that is take out the dipstick. Now it's very important you check the level because you need to be at exactly the right level so you know how much comes out so you can put it back in at the same amount. Now on this I know we're at the perfect level, so I'm just going to take that out, making sure not to spill any oil. There we are. Pop that aside. So the entrance pipe on the pump goes down the dipstick hole. Goes down very easily, perfectly sized actually, and you'll sort of reach the limit, the bottom of the engine there, and when the pump's turned on, all you're going to want to do is just wiggle that around until nothing comes out. But this process does take a few minutes and it's very loud. Also, you're just going to want to take off this top cap of the engine so there's no vacuum seal on there. There we are, very nice, and off that comes. Pop that to the side. So it's time for me to start. It might be very loud, but I shall continue. Let's go. Okay, so it's done. That took about 5 to 10 minutes of this pump here. Didn't even get that hot. Very nice. So I've let it run for a minute, sucking just air, just to clear the pipes a little bit, so it should be absolutely immaculate. Yeah, look, absolutely nothing on there. So we're going to move this to the side now. Let's pop that down here. Now that's out the way, let's have a little look at the oil. So we got exactly 3 litres out of it there. It is absolutely black, which I'm quite horrified by actually, as this is a small petrol car. So we got this new, and the manufacturer reckons that it would be 2 years or 20,000 kilometres before an oil change, and this has done 8,000 kilometres, so not even half of their recommended period before the first oil change, and it's absolutely black. I don't see anyone or any reason why you should have that black oil circulating through your engine for 20,000 kilometres. So I'm very happy that I've changed it. I'm going to pop that down there. And now it's time to refill it. So we had exactly 3 litres, so I'm going to be replacing the old oil and putting 3 litres in of brand new. Now I've got the new oil pot here, but just so I don't go past the line, you can't really see it very well, I'm just going to mark it there at 3 litres. So once I get down there I know exactly how much I've put in, just in case I go past. I don't want to, so I can't miss it now. Let's fill it up. Okay, so I've got my funnel in place, got to hold it here, don't want it to fall over. And I've got my new oil, so I'm going to fill it up in sort of small quantities, just making sure that I haven't gone past the fill line. And you also need to pour nice and slow. You just don't, because it could overflow. It needs to just be a nice, smooth pour. And that's 3 litres there. There we go. Now the final thing is to check the dipstick and make sure you're at the appropriate level. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that out and I'm going to dunk it back in just to make sure that it is fully covered. Now here we are. If I look on there, we're looking exactly perfect. I couldn't ask for any better than that, could I? Okay, so I've completed the job and I haven't damaged my lovely jumper. Now you could do this in a tuxedo, but I just don't have one. But these pumps, you can pick these up for about £15 on Amazon or from your local car sort of part shop. But this job took me about 10 minutes, very simple and easy. Hopefully you found it helpful in some way, and I'll see you in the next video.